She don't like the way your breath smell. Bluetooth in the club and it's Nextel. Tattoos on your neck with your X spell. She's in S class, you in XL. Hyundai, you told her that you sex well. Funny, if this was school, you'd be expelled. Monday, someday, maybe you'll get a clear view. She just wanna dance, she don't wanna hear you.
Aw, that's dope. Them pants cuffs was a nice touch. You going to the award show with a white tux? Aw, you hyped up? You hype man for who now? You say y'all niggas threw down, the bitches want you now?
We are the Link Up. I'm Jasmine Crawley, I'm 24, and my major was Spanish, and I graduated from Old Dominion University.
My name is Amber, aka Ambrella, aka the Bougie Fairy Godmother. I'm 25, I have a BA in fashion merchandising, and I graduated from the illustrious Virginia Commonwealth University.
Hey guys, it's Kaylin, aka K Slays, and I am a BA holder from ODU with a degree in English, and I also work on my master's at Bowie State in English as well. Getting them degrees. You were there. Me and you, and I think Jazz and Amber were sitting at the table, and we were just talking about how every time we come together, it's like a These Other Lines. And you were like, y'all should do a podcast. But you know, we were like, okay. But we really didn't like confirm it, like we were gonna do it. So that's kind of how it kind of birthed.
And this was like the end of last year. So, and we just started like now, towards the end of this year. So, yeah, we just kind of like, we thought it was like a joke, like, oh, we should have a podcast. And then we were just like, I'm fed up with life. I need something to just take my mind off all the BS. So, let's just talk about our lives and let's have a Link Up.
Yep. It was 1 week, and then Kayla was like, we recording the podcast tonight. And I was like, what? I just be here.
Oh yeah, Kayla and I had a lunch at Chipotle by my old job, and we were like, you know, we have to get this podcast off the ground. So we came up with the concept, the name, and then we texted Jasmine, was like, tonight podcast, be there, and that's how Link Up was born.
Yep. We are 3 young black women recently out of college in a bigger city, and there's no podcast directed just for us. It's like everyone else has podcasts, but not us. So we wanted something to give our perspective on the world. And it also promotes, you know, being open, being raw, and, you know, being unapologetically black. So
Yeah, that's what whenever we like, because a lot of times we like have discussions amongst ourselves about like what's the mission of our show, like what is our legacy going to be for this show, like when we're no longer here. And like the words that always like come back is unapologetically black, and so we just want to like project our voices out there, so that in the hopes that other people can project their voices as well and kind of use us as like an example of how they can, you know, share their experiences as well.
To piggyback off what they were saying, we basically want to give you an unfiltered view on what happens in the lives of black female millennials, because a lot of times our voices are shut out because, you know, African American women are like the most unprotected and, you know, the most invisible woman that's on the planet. So for us to be able to be unfiltered and raw, like Jasmine says, and unapologetic, like Amber says, we're able to make a voice for those who may feel voiceless, and also have an opportunity to show people that we're just more than, you know, a sex symbol or our faces or, you know, Instagram models and stuff like that. Like, we have more to us than what you may think. And because we are intellectuals as well, it gives us a chance to show our personality, our human side. Because a lot of times when you graduate from schools, and we all went to PWIs, and I go to an HBCU now, people automatically identify you as just an intellectual, not an actual human being. So I feel like this podcast makes us real to people, and they see that, you know, we can get ratchet as well. Don't get it too LU. Bad Bitch Link Up Coalition. All dressed in 99s and the 2000s gear. From jersey dresses all the way to spray painted sweatsuits. At your local bar or club, chicken heading to Chingy's right there. That is the perfect link up for me.
My perfect link up would be me and all my creative friends in one spot, just working on what makes us happy, like poetry or like painting or knitting or sewing in my case, even though I can't really knit. And you know, and just maybe a bottle of Hennessy or two. That would be a good link up for me.
Probably.
Yes.
And my perfect link up, well, it's not more of people, but it's more of like the link between business and pleasure. So being able to work and enjoy your work, not working and being miserable and then having to take your extra time to have fun, whereas you're working and having fun at the same time, which is what this is. Hopefully it'll turn into work and it'll just be fun and work and it'll be great, making money and having the time of your life, so that you can really put all your energy into your job because it's not draining you, it's just fulfilling you. So yeah.
One, I think another
Word. The first person, of course, would be Sweet Pete. The first person, of course, would be Sweet Petey. Duh. Nicholas F. Like, that is our best friend. He is like our inspiration. And we would love to have him on the show. And he keeps saying, well, I'm going to be on that show. You will be on the show. Don't you fret. It is going to happen. But we would love to have him on the show because he's such an interesting character and he's a really good musician. So we just feel like we would be able to relate to him because he's, you know, from Richmond. He's really down to earth and he's just really fucking cool. Like, Sweet Petey, that nigga. Fuck that Nico F shit. Okay. Also, another person that I would really like to have on the show that I just met yesterday, but I found her so interesting, is Christina Cole, aka Christy Cole on Twitter. She worked for Global Grind. I think she still may work for Global Grind, but she's she's flawless. She is beautiful, so gorgeous, and two, like she's one of those people where, kind of like us, where like when you see us, you may not know that when we open our mouth, some real shit might come out and it's gonna bite your ass. So like I feel like if we had her on the show, she would be like real. Like she's not superficial in my opinion, nor is she shallow, and she would just be upfront and honest with us. So I feel like it would really be great to have her to come on the link up and, you know, speak. So when I asked you in this video, Shawty, call me up. Okay. Look at Amber's stressed.
I have two people. Do you want to speak?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Two people that I'd like to be on the show. Well, one person I said I wanted to be on the show was Angela Davis. I saw her documentary they did about like the whole thing, everything she went through with like the trial and the shooting and stuff. And I feel like she represents like the unbothered black girl from a different time. So I would like to pick her brain about, you know, what is it like to kind of like start the like to stand on your own, you know, in the midst of everything that you went through. And another person that I would like to have on the show is Demetria Lucas. She was on that show with Blood, Sweat, and Heels or something. But I have been reading her. She has a blog and it's called A Belle in Brooklyn. And she wrote a book with the same name. And then she just wrote another book called Don't Waste Your Pretty. And I met her here, well not like here, but I met her in DC like a couple weeks ago. And she's just so like unapologetic about who she is. And like she's one of the only people that I've like known like in terms of like personalities or writers when they talk about relationships, and she's just like, no, you don't give a fuck, I'm gonna be the person that I want to be, and you know, you're gonna accept that. And she's married, so it's like, you know, here's someone I can aspire to be one day. So yeah, I would like to have her on the show. And I told her about our show and she loved the idea. We didn't have cards, I couldn't give her a card, but you know, one day I'll give her a card and she'll be on the show.
Alright, so for me, the first person I said that I wanted on the show was, well, I'll go to the other person that I met last night. Feminista Jones. Let me tell y'all about how real and how raw she is and how much I love her. And then she's like, she's not just like, oh, I'm an activist, oh, powerful people. She's like, oh, I like BDSM, oh, fuck that shit, whatever that shit you talking, I don't care about it. And I'm like, yes. So she'd just be like a great flavor to put in the show. Just for an episode, you know, be like, hey, how you? She's just, I feel like she's warm, but she's also really direct at the same time. So she's not like gonna sugarcoat things, but she's not gonna like just slit your throat immediately. She's willing to explain some things to you. So I like that about her. And the other person, Dustin Ross. You know, he's fine. I need him on the show just to look at him, one. Two, he is hilarious and he's kind of mean at the same time, and I like that. So I just need him to either people. I just need him to either read people and just be fine on the show, so I can stare at him. Like
Low cut shirts all day.
yes, I need to be neck down here. I need to be next to his belly button. He fine. He fine.
I know you like men.
Cold.
We know you like men. They ain't got nothing to do with it.
What that mean?
I love you.
Hey. My body is ready.
Always ready.
Well, the first person coming to mind that inspires me is my grandmother forever, because I just adore her. She's selfless and she's not afraid to get her hands dirty. She's not afraid to work hard to help other people. And then when you look back, the people that help you, like you adore them the most, because they didn't have anything, but they still gave to you. So I want to be selfless like her. So if I can push people like she pushed me, like you can help other people be great around you, and you can just, you know, kind of mold your surroundings to be more pleasant or just more successful. So she definitely pushed me by just, here's extra little money, how you doing, just call to see if you all right, you know, I made you some spaghetti, I know you coming home, you got gas in your car. Those little things that, you know, just help. So when you call your friends like, hey, you okay, I got a sandwich for you, you know, I got candy, even little things, it just, you know, makes their day and might, you know, take a little depression away and might clear their mind to do something great or dope. So that's why I love my grandma and I aspire to be just like her.
First one that I would say would probably be my grandma. Like, she's where I get my inspiration from in terms of like fiber work, like sewing and knitting. Like she's just done everything. Like, she used to work for the government. She used to make military uniforms until they shipped all the jobs overseas, but now she's just living off her pension. She travels every couple months. She just tried to invite me to like a 2-week cruise to Hawaii. It was like $2,000. I was like, grandma, I ain't got it. But she goes to Europe at least once a year. Like, she travels a lot, and she just like, she's not afraid to be who she is, and she's always been like that since I've known her. And she raised 6 kids, and you know, she's just like, for me, she just embodies what it means to be like strong and selfless. And then my other inspiration, this is gonna sound crazy, I never tell people this, but my inspiration is Kimora Lee Simmons. When I was in high school, I was obsessed with her. I got to meet her once. Like, she had a book signing and I met her and I almost burst into tears, because like, her business sense, like her business savvy is just ridiculous. Like, even though, you know, she had Baby Fat's gone, she's still making money off Baby Fat, and she has another company. Like, she works so hard. And she also, you know, like, she had this book and it was called like Fabulosity or something like that. And like, through the book, she's saying like, you know, no matter how you think other people might perceive you to be, it doesn't matter, it's how you feel. And if you feel like you want to like have a certain standard about yourself, like be bougie, then it doesn't matter what people think of you, because sometimes people are like, oh, you're so bougie or this or that. But to her, it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you want to throw on a full fur coat and it's 80 degrees out, do you. And so like, when I was in high school, you know, when you're in high school, you kind of have like self-esteem issues. I would read her book and it made me feel like I could be whoever I wanted to be. So that's my other inspiration.
2 people are people that I know personally, that I've known a while. The first person that inspires me is my best friend, Glenna. The reason why Glenna inspires me is because when I first met her, she made me feel like her and I had always been best friends. When I first met her, she embraced me. She was just happy to know who I was. Like, I was a superstar, and I was like, what? I'm famous? Not really. And she's inspiring me right now because she's taking a leap of faith that I know is hard for her. And because we confide in each other, I know how hard it is for her to be selfless, and I also know how hard it is for her to be selfish. And sometimes you have to be selfish. So for me, she's an inspiration because she's taking a leap out on faith, and she's trying to follow her dreams. She's trying to follow her dreams, which is really inspirational to me, because I know how hard it can be sometimes to be selfish and to really care about yourself when you're so used to putting other people first. So that's the first person. The second person that inspires me is my boyfriend, Ernest. It's kind of weird. He inspired me because when I met Ernest, like, he was just basically just moseying along in life. Like, he wasn't really aspiring to do anything. He wasn't motivated to do anything. He was just working because he knew he had to work, and he just, you know, would help his family, and he was so family oriented that he didn't really see that he could do stuff for himself. And now that he's like working in his field and he's in California on his own and he's doing all these things by himself, it inspires me because although he, you know, found his niche, he still supports me in my niche. Like, I just quit my job yesterday, but he, you know, he has me covered, and I know that he has my back and I have his back, because when he didn't have anything and I was doing okay, I made sure he was all right. So he inspires me every day because he constantly pushes me and he shows me that you may be at a low point for a while, but you'll always be able to reach your dreams as long as you keep your family and friends close to you. So you inspire me, babe.
Oh.
Years is kind of weird to think about because I'll be 30 in 5 years, and so to me it's kind of like scary because with your 20s, like I always see this thing where it's like in your 20s you're supposed to like build, and then in your 30s you're supposed to like manifest that, but I feel like I haven't really built as much as I thought I would by the time I'm getting to 30. But I mean, I still have 5 years, but like at 25 I feel like I'm not where I thought I would be, so now I'm trying to accept where I am and how it's going to help me to grow to my next phase. So I would say in 5 years, I see myself not working for anyone else, not working for someone else's dream but my own dream, because I want to start my own e-commerce site, and I've been working on it with my mom and my sister because we're tired of working for other people. We want to leave something to my nieces. We want them to have something they can look back on and something they can take over. So for me, I want to have my e-commerce, my apparel site up. I just want to be happy with my life and just, happy and somewhere with Kiwi.
In 5 years, I know that I'm probably gonna be in somebody's badass kid's classroom in high school teaching Spanish, and doing a podcast still. Hopefully, it's making some money, and I'll be comfortable. Because I feel like if I'm comfortable, teaching is a passion of mine. So if I don't have any financial worries, then teaching is gonna be a cakewalk for me. And I love to teach. I love to teach Spanish, and then getting them bad kids a check because all they need is a little attention, a little direction, and then I can talk my shit on the podcast, at least once a week. So that would be like a good life for me in 5 years.
In 5 years, I plan on being a stay-at-home wife with no kids, publishing books. No, but for real though. If there's a way that I don't have to work, that's what I'm trying to do. Like really in the next 5 years, I would love to be able to be publishing articles and talking. Like I would love to be on radio, or I would love to be in television just talking about stuff that matters to me. But it has to be like HBO or something because I have to be able to curse. So I'm hoping this podcast like makes it to Sirius XFM one day. Holla if you hear me. So we can like be able to make funds off of what we're doing. So I really hope in the next 5 years that I'm able to be a published writer. Maybe I'll do some, professing on the streets, made that up, and just chilling and not having no kids, because I ain't having kids, so I'm 32. Heard it. All right. They were stressed. Hey, be fucking all stressed. Oh, get out of here next Friday.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I did it. Y'all told me I did it on stroke.
You did.
I did a full out one. And I don't care.
You remind me of Mikhail. He loves a stroll, and it makes me laugh.
I just like it.
Homeboy, chill, don't be so rough. You can holler at a girl till she go deaf, but you ain't saying nothing, man. Don't hold your breath. Homeboy, chill, don't be so rough. You can holler at a girl.
Dylon. I'm just fucking with y'all. No. I love the word.
You didn't say why, because he spit hot.
Oh yeah, because he spit hot fire. No,